This is Martin Giles of the Guildford Dragon News, and I'm with Councillor Jane Austen, who's the councillor for Bramley and Monash, and we're here to catch up on what's happening in Bramley because of the petrol spill problems that have been going on for what, since when?
2021.
Okay, well, thanks for giving the time for this interview, Jane. And can you just summarise the recovery activity since we last met about 6 weeks ago?
Thanks, Martin. Yes, so as you know, it's raining outside. The smell is back with a vengeance in Bramley, sadly. The focus, of course, is on making sure we get the remediation and the clean-up done for Bramley Village. Now, we're told that phase one of the clean-up has now ostensibly been completed. That's the work on the petrol station itself. And they're now going to move on to phase two, which is the clean-up of the village off-site. So that is encouraging news.
Right. And the wet weather, I think, has caused some problems in itself. That's why we're in the cafe now, in Nest Cafe in Bramley High Street, with their kind permission. And I think you told me that the extra rain has brought some of the problem back. Is that right?
Yes, we're seeing signs of it all up and down the high street and in the Jolly Farmer. It's the water table rises, it moves the fuel within the ground. It's a problem. And we had a meeting yesterday, actually, as a further update with OpenReach, with the CEO, Clive Selly, and he and his team were able to update us on exactly how many people were without telecoms.
Okay, so if we cover that in a little while.
Yeah.
But the actual petrol clear up, where are we with that now?
So phase one has finished.
Right.
That is the on-site stuff. Ostensibly, there is no more floating fuel, they say, on the site. And then phase two is the cleanup of the off-site remediation.
Okay, and the site in question is the petrol station.
Petrol station.
Okay. Now, you've received a lot of attention in the national media too since we last spoke. Has that been through proactive effort?
It's been crazy. A little bit of it has been. We've got people in the village who are in the area and they've pointed us in the right direction. But most of it has just been people coming to us and we've been responding.
Okay. And who has been paying attention in the national media?
It's been crazy. There was the Daily Mail last week, the Times this week, Times Radio a couple of times, Telegraph, and more, and others.
Yes, I saw an article in The Guardian, I think.
Yes.
And also you've been on TV, BBC.
Oh, ITV, yes,
Yeah.
as well, yesterday. They covered it.
So really widespread coverage.
Yeah, well, quite right too, in that it's astonishing to me it's taken this long for people just to wake up to actually what's happened to us, because it's really shocking. It's it is like out of a film or something. And so I'm glad in some ways that it's getting the attention that it should have had for a long time. But at the same time, I am very conscious that Bramley is one of the best places to live in the UK, and I want to protect it as well.
Yes. So you want the sort of balance in the coverage.
Yeah.
Although you have got the problem here in Bramley, it's still people still like living here.
Yeah, it's an amazing village and a great community, and yes, of course, we don't want to take away from that at all. And this will go away. This will go away.
And do you hope that the national coverage might provoke some national attention at government level?
I think it's really important that the people who are supposed to clean up do the clean up, but also I really want the Environment Agency to prosecute this. This is a terrible environmental incident, and I think that it should be properly investigated and prosecuted, yes.
Okay. Now, what's the most important problem to solve at the moment? Is it the breakdown of some of the telecoms links? Because as I think you saw, we had a heartfelt letter from a Bramley resident, Buran Wadaj, I apologise if I mispronounced that, describing the impact on his family.
It's every day I am dealing with people like the gentleman who wrote into you. People can't work, they can't function because they don't have internet, or because their elderly parent hasn't got an alarm that's working and they're worried about them, or, for example, businesses are on their knees. They really are, and have been for a while.
And here we are in a cafe that has no Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, prime example. And I'm passionate that these people, especially the businesses right now, are given the facility to just get them through this and back on their knees.
Okay, so what do you have? What are you hoping will happen next, or expecting to happen next?
Well, it's good to see that we've got progress on the telecommunications side. We now have been told, OpenReach tell us there are 84 people who have had a complete loss of connection, and about 2/3 of those have had a fix now. But in addition, there are about 280 people spread across quite a wide area who've had a significant drop in their internet. So dealing with fixing that is really important. That is predicated, OpenReach getting into their ducts is predicated on the cleanup of the village. So,
and we ought to explain that the problem has been that petrol vapor underneath the manhole covers has made it a health and safety issue.
it's that, but it's also that the petrol is degrading the cable.
Right.
And bitumen from the road is degraded by the petrol and is attaching itself to the cable in places
so it's a
too.
considerable problem.
It's tough.
Okay. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? When do you foresee that the problem will be finally dealt with?
Clear it's going to be ongoing for a long time now.
Right.
There's going to be maybe another year, but the impact of it should lessen over time. My priority is to make sure people have internet, and we're also, I have to say, I'm dealing with the fallout of people's loss of reliance or trust in the water supply, and we need to get that back too. People are anxious. They're anxious about the water supply, and they're anxious. There is regular testing of the water, I should say. So, and the testing is all showing that the water is good and fine. But we need to rebuild our village as well now. It's so important.
Councillor Jane Austen, thank you very much.
Thank you.